All right, good morning. 5:07. We're early today. Early. I can't even explain how good it feels outside today. It is 39 degrees, and I am just so happy to be on this planet. Hold on, I haven't even put mine down. Still getting ready. I'm still getting ready. Let's try this on mic today. Hooking up the microphone. I'm not even wearing one of the layers that I've been wearing most of the winter. Not doing it today. Not doing it. All right. We're mic'd up. Sound check. Got that. We got the video. Let's get the old text to speech. I think that's the last little thing that does cause a little bit of a delay, but it's the only way I can roll, you know what I'm saying? So let's close everything on this phone. I'm now using 3 phones. I gotta figure out a way to bring this down to 2 phones. But it'll happen. See, I saw somebody wrote something in there. Now I can't even see the chat. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Text to speech. Here we go. There we go. I think that's it.
At justacat.cs2 says fourth phone coming soon law.
There you are. I hear you now. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Did you hear how loud that was? I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, let me put that away. So that we're completely set up now. Yeah, it's amazing. It's 39 degrees. I think it was 40 something when I left the house. So
Cat.cs2 says I can't hear anymore.
You can't hear anymore? You can't hear me anymore? Really? Did I put you on mute? How about now? I might have pressed a button. Hold on. Let me get in here and see what's going on.
Stacat.cs2 says TTS lady was loud. Well, 39.
Oh, so you can hear. Oh, all right. I thought you mean she made you deaf.
Stacat.cs2 says I can hear just fine.
Okay, all right. Good. You had me going there for a minute. All right, hold on. You know, see what happens? I'm in a weak spot because I'm testing new equipment. Oh, I gotta get gas today too. All right, so we said it's 39 degrees.
Stacat.cs2 says hee.
What else do I want to say? Oh, we got two stops to make today. They're both in the van, so it's just one trip, 2 stops. Probably take a couple hours, but yeah, it's an excellent morning. Like, I'm very excited to be on the planet today. The reason that my speaker was so loud is because every now and then, I'm gonna wait for this traffic. Like on holidays and stuff like that, I walk in the bakery when I arrive, and I will blast my. I'll carry my little wireless speaker in there with me, blasting some song, like some appropriate song. You know, like if somebody's come back from vacation, it'll be like "Welcome Back, Kotter" theme song. You know, like that kind of stuff. So today I walked in, I was blasting the theme song for Love Boat, since, you know, we're in that whole week of love for Valentine's Day. Volunteers Day. No, for Valentine's Day. So that's why the speaker was so loud. And now there are 2 ladies at the bakery, and now they can't get that song out of their head. So I'm not sure whether they're thrilled with me or not right now. I went through the whole spiel. I mean, I didn't, sometimes I'll just play a second of the song, you know, but, or just enough to get to whatever word it is that I want. But I played the theme for the Love Boat. I got through a lot of it, singing it out loud too. The Love Boat. Fridays at 8. I think it was Fridays at 8. I don't know that for a fact.
Cat.cs2 says surprised you weren't listening to Holiday.
Holiday. I think I've done, I don't know if I've done Holiday or not. I've done birthday songs. I try to find something that's appropriate for whatever the holiday or the specific event is. Sometimes it's not easy. The one thing I've learned from that is that if you search for a theme of a song.
At justacat.cs2 says, yeah, you had me singing just one part. Holiday lol.
They do get stuck in your head. Busy, busy, busy. Just gonna go. Come on. There we go. We got activity in the traffic circle this morning. Traffic's kind of, I don't want to say heavy. It's not heavy, but it's how would you describe that? I mean, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you never really get heavy traffic. It's unusually heavy. Maybe we'll put it that way. At least I think it is. But here we are, Wednesday morning.
Cat.cs2 says, did you search for the Love Boat song?
Yes, I did. What I do is I go into YouTube Music. I like YouTube Music. I used to be really into Sirius XM. Like that was I'd find some stations on there. But you can just do so much more in YouTube Music. You can do the playlists and all that stuff. So, yeah, and it's easy to search. But the thing I've learned about that is sometimes it's hard to find a song that matches a theme you're looking for, but there's always a rap song. Like if there's ever like hardly any song, if you're trying to look for something like, I don't know. I'll just, my friend just got a dog, right? I'm making this up, but let's say your friend just got a dog, and I want to go into the bakery doing a song about somebody that just got a dog. Well, and that's really a dumb example, but you know what I mean. So I go in to YouTube Music and I'll type in something like dog, new dog or something like that. There's always a rap song with something, it's usually obscene, but there's always a rap song with the lyrics that you're looking for. Always. And then the second most common would be like a country song. Country songs, I think, they've made a lot of country songs that have life events in them. Obviously, it's never going to be a classical. It's never going to be a Mozart or Bach. But it's, and you can't really play a lot of the rap ones you can't do. Sometimes I have, just to be funny. But I can't, if there are any youngsters in there, I can't do that if there are any youngsters in there. Because they get a little graphic. Let's guy next to me on the right. He definitely wants to go by. He thinks he's going to get there a lot faster than the rest of us, but he's not. I'd love to watch people do that. I mean, if you know the traffic pattern.
Cat.cs2 says I get a lot of classical, even classic remixes. I love YouTube music so much. They have everything. At justacat.cs2 says Paganini. I love so much.
Yeah, they do. They do have everything. I like them. It's much better than I tried for a while. I tried Amazon. Because you know how if you pay for Amazon Prime, you get that music. Of course, there must be another level because they keep sending me emails about, why don't you try whatever it is, premium. But I don't know. YouTube just has made it very easy. I like classical music. I like classical music like if I'm working on something. Because I do find that sometimes I concentrate better without music or with like classical music, something that you don't have to think about. Because even if you think you don't have to think about it, you really are. Like it's in your head. So even if it's like songs that, at least for me it is. So even if I'm listening to songs I'm very familiar with, I'm still like not 100% in whatever I'm doing. If that makes sense. Were you in Kendra's live stream last night? Did you jump over there last night? I did.
Cat.cs2 says, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. She's strong. I gotta hand it to her. That was a powerful live stream, and I think it was really good. I think people, because even if everybody's experienced, no, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people have experienced things like that. It is good to get it out and talk about it.
Cat.cs2 says she really is.
It was powerful. But the good thing is, I mean, I'm not worried at all. She's gonna be great. You know what I mean? It's one of those things there's nothing you can really say or do. Best thing to do is just listen to people when they're going through something like that. I remember my mom died 16 years. She died in 2007. How long ago was that? 18 years ago? It was in December of 2007. So I guess it's like 17 years ago.
Cat.cs2 says she's so strong. I still get really sad I never had a mom.
Oh. Did your mom die really early? That's sad. I never had a dad. What happened with your...
Cat.cs2 says, oh, I'm sorry, your mom passed.
Well, what happened with your mom?
Cat.cs2 says my mom died as soon as she gave birth to me. Freak accident, they said.
Oh, that is really sad. Sorry to hear that. So you never knew your mom? Yeah, I never knew my dad. My dad was, well, I won't go into all of that. You can look him up on the internet. I think there are stories about him. His name was Teddy. His actual legal name was Teddy. Teddy Bafford, like my channel name. But he died when I was one, and my mom was pregnant actually. But I don't know how you felt about it, but I always felt like my dad. Oh look, there's a deer in the road up here. See him right there. Passed him on the way up. I felt like with my dad, I felt like he was always watching over me though. You know, like it was actually very comforting. Like I never knew him. You'd never, you know, you say the same thing about your mom. I'm sure that you never knew. You know, it's weird. People are always sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry about, you know, your dad, but it, it, it's kind of weird because you never really knew them. But that's tough. And did your dad, very curious person? Yeah, but that was I think it was a very healthy thing to have that live stream last night. For Kendra and for people in general. By the way, anybody who's listening to this who doesn't know Kendra, her channel name is Consume the Goodness. All one word. So I think if you search for Consume the Goodness,
CS2 says, yes, Greg. You're right, I feel the same way. They said I'm just like her. I didn't hear the question, it buffered.
Oh, what question? Was I asking a question? What did I ask? I think that's what I asked. I'm not sure which question I asked. Oh, I guess I did ask if your dad remarried. Like, did you grow up with just your dad?
CS2 says my dad.
You know, I forget who it was. I know Kendra said that when she was in the room, because I was with my mom when she died like that. It was very similar, you know, like it was my brother's.
CS2 says my dad passed same week, car accident.
Oh my God. That's awful. Wow. So, see, I'm gonna say sorry to hear about that, but I know how that sounds to somebody. But that's tough. Wow.
Cat.cs2 says my eldest brother took care all four of us by himself for a few years.
Jeez. So how much older is he? I have an older brother that's 10 years older than me. Whoa. Why is everybody stopping? My older brother is 10 years older. So I did have sort of like an older male figure in my life. Because when, you know, how much older was your brother though?
JustiCat.cs2 says 18 years older.
Wow. Okay. All right. So he was old enough to help out a little. That's good.
JustiCat.cs2 says he had to get 2 jobs to feed us.
Jeez. That's tough. That's great, though, that he stepped up and did that. I mean, he probably felt like he didn't have a choice, but you know, some people would not do that.
JustiCat.cs2 says and pay for everything. Yeah, he's cool sometimes.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, at least Kendra had her sisters with her and stuff. That's all good. But you know how she said, I forget if it was her uncle, somebody that she said was in the room with them, you know, and I think, or maybe not when it happened. I don't remember if it was when it happened or shortly after, or right around the time. But they had made a comment that, like, or she made a comment that, you know, you don't know whether, like, the person.
Kendra has a good support around her.
Yeah, she does. But she was, you know, you get that feeling. I've been with it's happened a couple of times, unfortunately, where I've been in a room with somebody when they passed, and you kind of feel like, I do think that, like, you can feel them, like, their presence is still in the room. I kind of, in my mind, I sort of visualize that they kind of are floating above, and I think they can tell what's going on in the room. And then Reed had made the comment, one of the comments Reed made in there was that he thought hearing was like one of the last senses to go as a person's passing. And I totally agree with that. Because I think even sometimes people, if they're in a coma, which I've never had anybody like that I've had visited, like in a hospital or anything. But even in those cases, I think people can hear what, I think people can hear what's going on in the room. That's why I think it's really important to, like, visit, you know, go to a hospital, even if somebody's not able to speak or support, because they can hear you.
JustiCat.cs2 says yes, I agree.
It's interesting too, like when
JustiCat.cs2 says, do you have sisters?
No sisters. So I have a 10-year-old. My brother is 10 years older than me. And then I have a younger brother that is 16 months younger than me. So I'm in the middle, but there's a pretty big gap between me and my older brother. But you know, like when you're growing up, I'll give you an example. Like with my older brother. So being 10 years older, you know, when we were like 7, 8, 9, like that, he's in his teenage years, you know, and really you're not like, if you're 17, 18, 19 years old, you know, you're not hanging out with your 7-year-old. But I mean, we did like cool stuff. Like I remember he got a motorcycle at one point. He had a motorcycle, and one time he took me on we rode it to Ocean City, Maryland. So like from where we live to Ocean City is about 2.5, 3 hours. So like that, I mean, as a little kid, I was like, I thought that was really cool. Stuff like that. But then my younger brother, because we were a little closer in age, we were, that's the age where you like get, you know, kind of out doing crazy stuff, getting in trouble. But no sisters. And my mom's sister, so my aunt.
Cat.cs2 says, I'm surprised no sisters. You're pretty patient with this girl's law.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. You're right. I didn't have any experience growing up. I mean, I was going to say, even my aunt, so it was my mother's sister, had 3 boys also. So we were pretty heavy on the boys' side. What are these people do? We're down to like 40 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on here. Actually,
Cat.cs2 says, I wish I had a sister. I have a best friend. We say we're sisters, but she bugs law.
This is the reason we're going 40 miles an hour. Look at this. This is more dangerous than people speeding. What is wrong with this person? I don't even have the opportunity to swing around them. This person should not be on the road. We're like not even going 40 miles an hour. Here we go.
Cat.cs2 says, where did all these cars come from?
That person is a danger to society right there.
Cat.cs2 says, I've never seen this many here before.
Well, it does look heavier than usual, right? It's pretty early for this. I mean, it does get heavy. Like, this traffic can be pretty backed up, but that's usually an hour and a half from now. And most of the traffic, it's the traffic going to the right. So right here, it's going to split off. 2 lanes go to the left, 2 lanes go to the right to get onto this 695, which is the highway that circles Baltimore. The 2 that are going off to the right, they back up almost every day. Like if you were going an hour and a half from now, those lanes will just be. This side is pretty good. So fortunately, when I was commuting to work, this was the side I was going this direction. so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, this is definitely heavier than normal. All right.
Cat.cs2 says, sorry, I have to say this, but that moon looks LKE at falling this whole drive.
The moon? You saw the moon? Really? It's like a sliver, isn't it? Were you looking at a street light? I haven't decided if I like this new camera. I was watching yesterday, so I with a new camera because I'm trying to do the YouTube thing so that there's always going to be a slight delay. I mean, even if you're not doing the text to speech, there's like a 5-second delay between.
Justacat.cs2 says, yeah, back there. At Justacat.cs2 says it's a good camera.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I'm trying to make adjustments to, like, yesterday it seemed like it was very dark, and it might have just been because it was dark. I don't know. When I was watching it, I'm like, it feels like darker than usual. But I've tried to make some adjustments to it, so that might try to make that better. It's always a work in progress. I was going to wait till Samsung's new phone came out, but then I started looking. This one's called OnePlus 15. It's called the OnePlus 15. Yeah, OnePlus, a word, and then the number 15. And it's really good. It's got a huge battery on it, so I think it's going to be good. As long as the video and everything's working fine. I think I'm going to like it for that reason. Wow, people are insane today. I don't know what's going on the streets today. Maybe it's the warm weather. It does make you feel a little spunkier. And it started melting yesterday. It started to warm up yesterday, so we're now in the melting phase of the snow. I think we're gonna have a couple more days of, like, reasonable winter weather, 30s, 40s, but then next week it looks like it's going to be in the 50s. Like, that's going to be nice. We're all going to Denny's and Lenny's.
JustACat.cs2 says time for shorts.
It is definitely getting to be. It's got a headlight out. Everybody knows that. Headlight's out over there. Look how dirty that window is. Yikes. You know, see how I clean right in front of the camera, so the rest of the window has had a little debris on it. All right. Let's go do this. Delivery number 1. Still over there by the car. Good morning.
Hey, Greg.
I'm good. How are you? Is there a check in there? Were you looking?
Oh, go ahead and stop. You need paper to do it?
Huh?
Take paper out.
Yeah, I left it in there. No, I left it in. I got it. I'll put that back. I can get that. Yeah. Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good morning.
Doing good. Good morning.
You know you have a headlight out. Did you know that?
Did I?
Yeah, you got your passenger side
Oh, great.
headlights out. Let's take it down. We're going to go back to the old routine. Put this on the sidewalk.
You know, come to think of it, I have no clue how old my eldest brother is, but I know he's like really old now.
I have no idea how my older brother is. Well, you think it's around the 18 years older stage? That's a pretty big gap. Baltimore's Child. That's the magazine we're using today. Baltimore's Child. It's the big book for families. Oh, there's my check. Good.
Right there.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Feels pretty good out there today, doesn't it?
Huh?
It feels good outside
Yeah.
today. I like it. Yeah, I'm good. We're good. Thank you. All right. Have a good day.
Yes, you too.
All righty.
Going to the sisters now.
Actually, I think I told that guy the wrong headlight. He won't remember. I think I said passenger side. It's not the passenger side, it's the driver's side. Is that window? You know what? I think that window's got a little. More. That's better. Yeah, that's a little better. Here we go. Lenny's is done. We're on our way to What a Day. What a day! Oh, I see the moon now. It's kind of hazy though. I'm surprised you could see it.
Cat.cs2 says celebrate.
That is the tune. That is the tune.
Cat.cs2 says that falling moon was bugging me.
Still over there. Still hanging out there. It's trying to bug you, but you can't see it. Yeah, see, that looks better to me today. I can just see that the picture looks a little better to me today. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes down to the nitty-gritty for cameras. You know, like the whole exposure, all that kind of stuff. I don't know this.
Cat.cs2 says you like an expert at it now.
Getting there. Always learning something. I mentioned that to John the other day. I was like, you know, one thing that's kind of cool about this whole process is learning all these different things. how do you connect all these pieces to make a video work. You start out, you know, it starts out you just want to like, okay, I'm just going to throw my camera on the windshield, drive down the road, it's going to be fine. Then you're like, well, you know, I could probably sound better. Well, I could do this, do that. Fascinating. Well, and even the process, like I started out, I had been watching a truck bus came out of nowhere. I was watching truck drivers, right? So that's where I got the text to speech idea. I don't know how, like I cannot, and I'm not even going to when I'm driving. I just can't do it. But you know, if you're door dashing, you're stopping enough that you can do that. You know, you're already kind of in the mindset of doing that because you've got to look at your phone for DoorDash reasons. And I was watching, and this is going back like a while when I first started. You know, because if you're watching truck drivers, then all of a sudden you start getting recommended pages. That's the thing. I mean, YouTube really does kind of control. I mean, they're giving you what they think you want to see because they, you know, so that's part of the deal. But they are picking who you can see. You know what I mean? Like,
Justicat.cs2 says I saw a truck driver. He had text on the top left of the screen. I don't know if he was reading it there.
And it wasn't speaking out loud to him. Like I saw a truck driver that, now it was like a FedEx driver, right? So he was stopping a lot, almost like DoorDash, where you're stop and go, stop. And that made sense to me too, because he didn't answer anything that you typed. He didn't answer it until he stopped. He was like in it was a weird channel name, like Bird something. It was weird. It was a different kind of channel name. And he was in Washington State, I believe. And he drove a FedEx truck. But the only reason I know that he drove a FedEx truck was because he never said anything like that. He didn't talk a lot at all, actually. He only ever had a few people on. And if you'd asked a question like, hey, what's it like there? He would answer your question. But unlike me, like I talk to myself even before anybody, even before anybody started watching, I was always talking to myself.
Justicat.cs2 says no speech at all, but was answering my questions.
Oh, so he was reading it. Yeah, this FedEx driver was reading, would read and answer the question when he stopped, but that was it. Like he would just he would just answer the question. And that, I mean, partly because he was usually in the back of the truck, you know, finding whatever it was that he was going to deliver and then running it out to the house. But you never saw him either. He never walked in front of the truck. But the only reason I know it was FedEx was because one time we were driving past a building, or we were parking or something, and the building had reflective windows on it. So the only way I could figure out we were in a FedEx truck was because I could see us in a mirror. I felt like it was like a hostage, some kind of hostage scene. Ah, now I know I'm in a FedEx truck.
Cat.cs2 says lol hostage.
I always think that too when, like, if you're in the car and you can hear like an airplane go above you or something like that near an airport. Speaking of hostages, did you see that? They've got some creepy pictures of the guy in Arizona. I don't know what to think of that. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it last night, but I think they arrested I don't know if they actually arrested them, but they have somebody that they were talking to.
Cat.cs2 says OMG, yes, so scary.
Whoever they picked up last night, I think they let them go. I don't think they think it's the right person. But yeah, I don't know. That's just such a weird story. I'm gonna buffer for a minute. We're going under some dense trees. Yes, it does. Well, that and even his eyes are like weird. He has serial killer eyes. Oh, I saw your message about the York trip. Yeah, that ought to be fun. I don't know the details yet. Like whenever I figure out or whenever I find out, it's not for me to. Timing is on that. I think it's going to be really early though. And York, I think it's someplace near York, Pennsylvania. About an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour away. Why? Yeah, and it would be all in the dark because it's going to be.
Cat.cs2 says.
Yeah, it's on Monday. I think Jennifer is still finalizing whatever order she needs to get, and making sure that they're going to have everything ready. And I don't really even know what it is she's making. It's something that she's got written on the calendar for next Wednesday. I don't know what I don't understand what she's making, but I'll get all that information. We'll figure it out. Oops. Go.
Cat.cs2 says maybe it's for Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has something to do with that. Rattling. I think that was the other thing I noticed about this camera. I'm not sure. I got to figure out how the stabilization works for this one. Like, I know it's Samsung. Samsung's very good about their camera. It's very good about sort of eliminating the little vibrations. I'm not sure. Like, I just thought of that because that bridge that we just went over is it's like riding over cobblestone. We're really very spoiled if you think about it. I mean, think about the fact that we've got these roads all over, right? Like, think about that. Human beings have, like, created these nice, smooth little paths all over the earth so we can ride our little metal boxes. It's pretty crazy. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how my connection with YouTube works when we're under the gas station pumps. I'm sure it will disconnect, but when I was using the other software, it would like automatically just pick back up. I don't know how YouTube's going to do with that. The other thing I noticed about YouTube, when I was using the other application, and when my live stream was over, it would just automatically, display as a replay, and it would be public right away. And I noticed, and I know I've heard John mention this because I think it was happening with Sean too. When I finish, now that I'm using YouTube, when I finish a live stream, the replay automatically converts to private. So I have to go in and make it public for anybody to see. Like in the past, it would automatically be there and anybody could see it. But I noticed yesterday when I did that when I went back in and looked at my videos, it was like it wasn't showing up in my channel. And it was because it was private. I could.
Jovigal says hi everyone. At justacat.cs2 says he at Jovigal.
Good morning. We're on our way. We're almost to the second delivery. The second of two.
Jovigal says good morning. How are you today?
Excellent. I'm doing really good. How are you? It's warm. We're 39 degrees here. We're going to be in the 40s.
6448 says good morning Craig and everyone.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to the Donut Delivery Van. The DDV. No, but I do deliver more than just donuts. It's just easier to say it that way. Pastry delivery van doesn't sound the same.
Stacat.cs2 says good morning at Hollis 6448. At Jovigal says doing great. Donuts, yummy.
I think I only have
At Hollis
70
6448 says hello just a cat.
We had some heavier traffic than normal this morning. Not sure what that was about. But our first part of our trip was a little bit heavier than it usually is.
Jovigal says hi at justacat.cs2. At Hollis 6448 says I heard what you were saying about lives going directly to private.
Yeah, I think I don't remember knows what the reason for that is. Maybe you have to have so many subscribers, or I don't know what. There's a criteria you have to pass before they. I think that's what they said, but it's weird because I didn't have that issue with the other software. I was using Prism Live as the broadcasting software, and it was feeding to YouTube. And those, when I was using the streaming software, it was staying public. So I'm not sure. I couldn't find any way to change it, but I'll just go in afterwards, switch it over.
Buzz6448 says it drive me nuts. Please let me know because it takes like 12 hours for mine to be able to post.
Well, now I can post them. Not post. Maybe that's not the right word. I can go in to content. So I go to my YouTube studio, content, lives, look at the live streams. And if you edit it, you can edit it before it finishes processing. It takes mine 12 hours to process too. And most of the time I can't really do anything with it until the next day. But you can make it public. So you can go in, if you go into your content and then search your live streams, you'll see it in there and it'll show as private. But if you click on the edit, you can change private to public and people can watch it even though it's not finished process. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So you shouldn't have to wait to make it public. But I know what you're saying. You do have to wait before you can really do anything with it because if it's processing, you can't save it, or there's stuff you can't do. All right, let's see. YouTube is funny. You kind of have to figure it out or talk to people who have already figured it out because some of it's intuitive, but other parts are like, what am I doing? I mean, Chat GPT is tired of me asking him questions. But it's funny, Chat GPT, I've asked it enough questions now that it knows, like it'll put in its answers to me. It's like, well, for your driving streams, blah, blah, blah.
6448 says it makes sense, but when I click it doesn't give that option.
Really? Huh. Well, today will be my second time doing it. I'll kind of walk through the process and see if I see anything weird that I'm doing subconsciously. Well, I mean, that's pretty much my life is doing weird things subconsciously. But all right, hang on. Let me call these guys. They're not gonna see. I can call now without messing with the camera. I like that. What a day. Here we go. Of course, you can hear my phone calls. They never come on my screen.
Yeah, Cafe?
Hey, it's Craig. I'm out back.
I got you. I'll be right there.
Thank you. There he is. Let's deliver some donuts. Let's get this done. Good morning. That smells good. Yeah. I had like a tray of hash browns. It smelled very good. Started. Haven't seen any Valentine's Day donuts yet. That's all one batch of bakery. Guys, have a great day. The canister is. Looks like something could blow up under the wrong circumstance. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think that back door is closed completely. There we go. Okay, deliveries are done. Just have to stop, get some gas.
Teamman-Q7L says good morning y'all. Still 50 degrees here.
50. We're 49. I mean, not 49. We're 39. We're starting to catch up. You're always going to have us beat, though. You have an unfair advantage.
Cat.cs2 says a good morning at Mount Teamman-Q7L.
Yeah, it feels pretty amazing.
Cat.A hear your question, Prov.
What question?
At Hollow648 says good morning Mountain Man. 50 sounds good to me.
We're gonna hit 50 next week. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, you'll probably be in the 70s by then.
Teamman-Q7L says good morning Justake.
What was the question? Did I miss a question?
Michael333 says beep beep good morning.
Good morning. NY gal in the house. In the van. In the van.
Hollow6448 says yes he'll ask again.
Okay.
Teamman-Q7L says hey Hollow, looking to be back cooler Friday. Cat.cs2 says at NYGAL 333 good morning. Craycray says good morning chat.
Good morning, chat. Yeah, it is brighter. The camera is looking brighter now. Like the sky that you're seeing.
Plus 6448 says do your shorts and regular videos upload to private automatically? I did change a setting because I want it that way but not for lives. At Nigel 333 says another cold day, how is it there?
It's very warm here. Well, I mean, I'm saying very warm, but 30, well, now it's 37. It was 39. But that feels so good. You can't imagine.
6448 says good morning NYGAL.
It's going to be in the 40s today. I think we've got a couple days where it's going to dip back down, like, 30s. Nothing crazy. And then next week it's going to go up into the 50s. So, a couple days ago I said, I think we're through. I think we're getting to the end of this winter frozen tundra. I think we made it. We're on the other side. We're on the other side of that. The good side. We're almost the middle of February. I think we're in we've turned. We've hit the turning point. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm looking forward to when I'm sure my dog is also excited because we haven't been able to do the whole ball throwing thing. It's still kind of, even though it's melting now, but the top is still very slick and it's like a little bit icy. So he brought me the ball a couple times and I'm like, no, I'm not throwing it out there because he doesn't have the self-control. He kind of takes after me, very, very little self-control. So he'll run. You know what I mean? I could just imagine he's going to hurt himself if I try it. So I'm not going to try it until he can safely walk across the ice. This is pretty good. I really need to I want to start doing some stuff in my car. Like going out, like today's Wednesday, right? So tomorrow, I don't drive tomorrow morning. But, if it's decent weather, I'd like to be able to go out and do something. I don't load. Oh, someone asked, like the private, about loading. I don't load a lot. I don't think.
6448 says you can do the ball throwing if he will go after snowballs.
Yeah, but see, he'll still run. And then the snowball crash, and so will he. Like, I see him, even when he gets excited and runs a little bit in the backyard, I see him kind of like getting, sliding a little bit. But I heard the question about uploading videos or shorts. I haven't done a lot of that. I need to do more of that. Like, that's where I need to kind of get into. I'm feeling like I want to put some shorts out there because shorts kind of go. I don't like watching them because that's where you get into the doom scrolling thing. But if doom scrolling is going to exist, I might as well be in there. You know what I mean? Like not watching it, but be one of those weird videos that comes up and you're like, why are they showing me this? Like I want to be that guy. I hate to say that, but I mean, doesn't that happen to you? You're scrolling through and it's like I'm talking about the deal where you're like they go up, you know, you just scroll up and sometimes you get a video and you're like, why am I looking at this? Like what is this? And it's usually just that's the effect I'm going to have on people. I know that, but I'm okay with it. But when I upload stuff, I don't. I think I.
Q7L says, will you drive live?
Well, yeah, I will do some driving live. Yeah, definitely. I like live. I like live, not better than videos, but like a video, you're kind of putting it together. You got to cut it up, and it's. I don't want to say it's more work, but it's more. I kind of like the winging it part of it. You know what I mean?
6448 says I am the opposite. I post more shorts and videos, not many live.
Yeah, it is a different thing. It's totally different. My real intention, and I haven't done this too much either, but what I was thinking of doing was just taking pieces out of my lives and making short videos. Like if I have a conversation or if I have a thought, I was thinking I would grab that in the live stream because I can download the video of the live stream and then create a little short. That's what I did with like those deer. You know, I created a couple shorts with the deer crossing the road, but I haven't done it with conversation.
Sticat.cs2 says yes, very that Craig.
Yeah, but when I do, I still haven't answered the question. I'm sorry. When I do upload a video or a short, I think I'm like done with it. So I do put it out there as public right away. So I know what you mean. You can set it up so that your default is private. But I don't think my default is private. I should look at that though. Maybe that is the problem. Maybe that is the problem.
6448 says I felt the same way about shorts. I hated them, but I became addicted to them and making them.
Yeah, and it is what people are watching. And I like watching them sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of like you know what I mean? Like sometimes I get a person, I don't know why I get them.
333 says film while in bakery making stuff.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Actually, just this past weekend, I was thinking about it because one of the girls was making the chocolate covered strawberries, so she had a whole tray there and stuff. You know.
Cat.cs2 says I'm a short addict.
Yeah. Oh, me too. That's where I get in trouble because I just scroll and then pretty soon I'm like, what am I doing? It's like an hour later and I'm like, I can't believe I'm still watching. But that's where the weird stuff comes up. You know what I mean? And here's where I get worried. I wonder why they're sending me a video, and is it because of something I looked at before? Because it usually is, right? I mean, normally they're feeding you videos that you want to see. So then I'm thinking, well, why do you think I want to see this? Especially when it's some weird
6448
video.
says okay, so if that's the case, then it's not my saving private setting at fault. At Nigel333 says yummy.
The strawberries. I know the yummy was probably about the strawberries. Yeah. Yeah, I want to kind of figure out how I can do that. I just got to work it out with everybody in the bakery. Like, you know, do you really want to be on cam? I think most of them would not mind. Ooh, we got a green light. We got a green light. So a couple things I want to do. One is I want to start pulling a little more material
Alice 6448
out of my live
says they will
streams.
allow you to film in the bakery. That would be awesome content.
I think they would. I think they would, but I haven't really brought it up. And I want to pull some content out of my live streams. I haven't done that, and I think that would be kind of cool, maybe. Because I could edit it. I mean, sometimes a conversation might be like bits and pieces here and there. I could put it together in one short video. And then make some shorts. I got to make some shorts.
Cat.cs2 says since you have more subs now, can you repost your Starlink as a premiere?
Oh, that's an idea. I didn't even think about that. I want to make another one where I talk about how the whole setup. Yeah, I could do that. That's a good idea. I thank you for mentioning that. Oh, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna disconnect in a second, I think. So I will be back, but I'm gonna be under an awning. So I think you lose me somewhere in here. I'm not sure if you can still hear me now or not.
333 says you can also post your donuts and treats in the back that I'm eating right now. At Hollis644 says it's a lot more work to do pre-recorded, but you have more control.
Ooh, I think it happened. Hey, I think I'm back. Actually, I think I like the YouTube thing. If it's not connected for a certain period of time, it comes on and says try again or end stream. And all you got to do is hit try again. I think. We'll find out.
Hollis6448 says yep, you're back.
Ah. See, I kind of like that. All right, so this is the first time I've had that happen in YouTube. I like it. And the reason I like it is because I know I'm back.
333 says I didn't leave ya.
Yeah, you were the only one that didn't leave. No, but that is good. It actually comes, it gives you a choice. So if you're not connected for a while, it comes back and says, try again or end stream. And I'm going to ask John if that's what he does. All you have to do is hit try again, and it comes back. That's nice. It must be after a certain period of time. I like it. I like it. Yeah, so I guess you just saw a spinning wheel for a while. I'm going to figure out whether, oh yeah, see, this is much better than yesterday. Like right now, the sky isn't really as bright as it looks on the video. The sun is starting to come up, but it always looks much brighter on the video, which is good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this phone, I think.
People 333 says also if your battery dies when you're live, it stays on till you end it. Has happened to me each time I was live and phone died, which is cool, it keeps going.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other, yes. If your phone dies. That's what happens to John usually. Well, and the good thing is when your replay, after it processes the replay.
6448 says the thing I don't like is there isn't a way to tell the quality of signal when using YouTube.
Yeah, you're right.
I got burnt that way a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. The other day, I was driving and I hit a section of the road where there
Sean
were.
White says good morning, late start for me.
Hey, good morning, Sean. What are you doing? Would you oversleep? No, just kidding. Were you up late?
Michael 333 says good morning, are you in the CAH?
He's in the car. Look, she doesn't even try to pronounce it in a Bostonian accent. My little text-to-speech lady actually just...
6448 says I don't have Prism, but I understand you can see how strong the signal is. At off, Sean White says yes, up late, yes, overslept, heading to Boston again.
I had Prism, and I don't remember. I mean, I still have it. I haven't gotten rid of it yet. If I totally like this YouTube thing, I'm going to get rid. I mean, because Prism, I don't know. It's costing me something. Not a lot. A few bucks a month or something, I think. But I don't remember it. I don't know how it doesn't tell you how or it wasn't telling me at least. Let me put it that way.
Michael 333
I couldn't tell how good
I'm struggling to get out of bed
was.
At off, Sean White says I'm heading into car. At Nigel 333 says nice off.
See.
At Hollis 6448 says good morning, Sean.
It doesn't even sound like Sean. She said car. She doesn't know how to say car.
Hollis 6448 says car. Hollis 6448 says car.
Ka. Oh, ka. Oh, what did you do? Spell it with a K or something? That's interesting. She spelled it out when it was C-A-H.
333 says ha ha ha.
Is it ha 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 or ka ka ka? Sean is going ha 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 in his ka ka ka.
Michael 333 says LMFAO.
Wow. School buses in this county. It must be a Carroll County thing because in Baltimore County, which is where I live, I don't recall seeing flashing lights on top of our school buses.
Sean White says what time are you living till?
I'm living. I am living until What time is it? 2:48. Probably another 10 or 15 minutes. It's not too much longer. I'm almost back to the bakery. What does the school bus do? I assume they want me to go fast. I think that's the school bus that sort of sits there and waits. Maybe they're ahead of their scheduled run. But the pull-off section of the road where they usually sit is covered with snow. So it looks like that bus was going to back into that street and just sit there. But yeah, so I would...
At Nigel 333 says number 8.
Number 8. All right, New York gal, why'd you say number 8? Remember, wasn't there like a Paul McCartney? Remember how there was the rumor that he was dead? Wasn't there something about number 9? Like I don't remember the details. Like maybe they said number 9 in a song if you played it backwards or something.
At justacat.cs2 says thumbs up 7 up. At Nigel 333 says I am number 8 on the light. At justacat.cs2 says hey at OG Sean.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
At Hollis6448 says it was a song, number 9.
Was it the Beatles? The song was called Number 9? Huh. Was that the song that if you played it backwards it said something about Paul McCartney being dead? Do you remember that? Does anybody else remember that? I'm not making it up. It was a thing. If you took the vinyl record and you played it backwards, it was supposed to sound like somebody saying I'm dead or Paul McCartney's dead or something like that.
Justacat.cs2 says you're making it up.
I'm not.
Lol.
I'm
At
not.
Hollis6448 says yes, but it was weird it just kept saying number 9.
Yeah, okay, yes. That's what I remember. It really did happen.
People 333 says laughing out loud.
I'm gonna try to find that somewhere. There's gonna be a YouTube clip somewhere of somebody playing that record backwards.
Hollis6448 says wasn't it the Wizard of Oz, if you play it backwards?
What happens if you do that? The Wizard of Oz? I didn't hear that one. But the cows are very spread out today. They're all kind of like walking in a line. If you're walking in a line of cows, you don't want to be like toward the end of the line, if you know what I'm saying. Well, at least you want to be very careful if you're toward the back of the line as you walk. There might be a message in The Wizard of Oz.
Justacat.cs2 says methane drifts.
Yeah. I just think it is funny when you're standing there watching a field of cows. You get that signature tail rise Don't look, Ethel. You remember that song? Does everybody remember that song? I'm not going to say it. Don't look, Ethel. It's too late. Sure.
Cat.cs2 says lol. At Nigel333 says sing grass.
That's true. All right. Does anybody remember the name of that song? Because then, okay, so here's the, I'll give you one more line. Don't look. Wait a minute. Don't look, Ethel. It was too late. She'd already been moved. We had some great songs back in the day. It was around the same time as Convoy. Remember that? Convoy. Look, I think the snow is lower today than it has been. It's noticeable. It's noticeable.
Hala6448 says no, I don't think I know that one.
Really, it's called The Streak. It was.
At Hala6448 says oh, The Streak.
That's it. Oh, yeah, they call it. Look at that, look at that. That's back in the day. People would do that. It hasn't really been an American thing lately. I think they still do it in other countries. Soccer games or football games, and if you're speaking from outside of the U.S. But, all right, folks. Well, that was a fun ride. I am happy to see everybody riding along.
6448 says yes. The convey gave me a hint. At justacat.cs2 says thank you, Craig. Have a good day and take care, everybody.
Yep, it was fun. I won't be driving in the morning tomorrow. I'll be back Friday morning. I'll put that live stream out there. I'm going to set up that upcoming stream. And I don't know if I'm going to do something tomorrow or not, but
Sean White says I am live.
All right, cool. Yeah, folks, head over to Sean. Check out the streets of Massachusetts. Boston. They drive a little crazier up there.
Hala6448 says take care, everyone. Enjoy the warmth while it lasts.
Yeah, it's going to last for a little while, so this is good. But definitely take advantage of it. All right, everybody, have a great day. I will see you at the latest by next Friday's run. Chat with you later.